In this video, we're going to compare the Eufy W31 WetVac against a top-selling dry vac, the Dyson V11 Animal.
Let's compare! We're the vacuum nerds!
Hey Ryan, tell me what's special about this WetVac.
I'm so glad you asked. The Eufy WetVac is unique because not only can you clean hardwood floors with water, but you can also clean carpets. Eufy also claims that this WetVac cleans itself, so we're going to test that.
Self-cleaning.
This vacuum comes with auto dry technology that supposedly allows the roller to dry after you use it. So it's not only good for cleaning up liquids, but also dry things like cereal. The Eufy will probably be a good choice if you have kids, pets, or just are klutzy like me. I'm gonna spill the beans on this Eufy WetVac W31. Eufy says the WetVac has a 2-in-1 roller brush that picks up water and oils. In addition, it has a secondary scrub brush that cleans between crevices and uneven surfaces. The head rotates at 2,500 RPM. As it's running, the filter actively separates liquids from drier material. Let's find out how much wet this WetVac can handle. We tried it on cereal with milk, almond milk, mayonnaise, cocktail sauce, and other things. Now to get this thing going, first you load up the top tank with water, and if you want, a bit of cleaning fluid. The LED screen in the middle shows the state of charge, and you have the choice of 2 different cleaning speeds. Now Eufy says that it blow dries itself after it mops, and we found that it leaves the floor about as dry as a mop would. As far as pickup goes, overall I was really impressed. It mopped up wet materials like cocktail sauce and mayonnaise without leaving much if any residue. We'll get to the solid items later on in the video. After you're done cleaning, you take the tank out and empty it. Now it does get a little bit messy, so keep that in mind. When you put it back on its charging base, it'll prompt you to run a self-drying sequence. It's supposed to dry the cleaning head, and it does a pretty good job. It also dispenses life advice. Eufy, how's my karma today?
Charging. Please turn on self-cleaning.
After the self-cleaning, it actually picked up quite a bit more water from the roller.
Now let's check out the competing vacuum, the Dyson V11 Animal.
The Dyson V11 vacuum has 20% more suction than the V10. It has a cleaning head with a unique anti-tangle comb. You get a small screw attachment, a combination tool, a dirt brush tool, a crevice tool, and this wand for attaching other attachments to the wand. Now these multitude of attachments and the wand make it really good for cleaning floors or reaching up to higher surfaces like cupboards and ceilings. And the head rotates like this, which makes it fairly easy to get under beds and low surfaces. The Dyson Animal does not do any kind of wet cleaning, but it really excels at dry surfaces such as hardwood, vinyl, tile. And the motor spins at 125,000 RPM and the head spins at 3,600 RPM. On the main head, it has this lifting mechanism so you can change the height to account for different types of surfaces. This makes it really handy if you're cleaning something a little bit more chunky like cat litter versus cat hair. Compared to the last generation V10 Animal, the battery is actually significantly larger, so now it can last up to 60 minutes in eco mode. And I really like the LED display because it shows you how many minutes of cleaning you have in each mode. In auto mode, the Dyson monitors your surface 360 times per second, and it can tell if you're moving between a hard surface or a carpet, and it automatically adjusts the suction and the speed of the motor. I'm legit impressed by that.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 separate filters in the Dyson. You've got this metal filter, which is inside the main canister, and then there's an additional filter, which filters particles all the way down to 0.3 microns, and this is good for picking up dust and allergens in your house. And you can shake out this filter, or you can just order a replacement. And the main canister opens up with this trigger and dumps out the material really easily. Now, let's see how the Animal stacks up against the Eufy WetVac. For this comparison, we're going to focus on dry vacuum performance on both hard surfaces and our low pile test carpet and our medium pile carpet.
The Eufy has a different roller for cleaning dry messes, so we installed that for the comparison.
We tested the effectiveness of pickup on sugar and coffee grounds. We weighed out each item to 40 grams, and then we measured afterwards to see how much each vacuum picked up from each surface. Overall, the Dyson was a better performer. It picked up 94% of our test material, and on carpet, it picked up 93%.
Now the Eufy didn't perform as well in the dry tests. Overall, it picked up 77% of our test material. However, on carpet, it only picked up 72%.
It is leaving some nasty cappuccino action with a little wet spritzer. So why did the Dyson perform better, Ryan?
Well, we tested the airflow on the Eufy and it was about 8.5 meters per second in all modes.
Now the Dyson in eco mode was about 17 meters per second, but in boost mode it was almost 35 meters per second. And that means the airflow is 4 times higher than the Eufy. Ooh. We found that in order to get the coffee stain out of the carpet, we had to Dyson it with the crevice tool, and that actually did a pretty good job of getting the coffee out of the carpet. Now, part of the performance also is because the head design of the Dyson almost forms a suction cup on a hardwood floor.
And the Eufy is open in the front because it's designed to pick up goop and liquid on your floor.
The Dyson has a longer lasting battery than the Eufy. It goes for up to 60 minutes in eco mode and as low as about 18 minutes in boost mode.
Now Eufy says that the battery life maxes out at 35 minutes, which is good for immediate spills, but not for larger cleaning jobs.
We tested the noise level on both vacuums and they were around 80 dB, which is fine for humans, but let's see how the cats feel about that. But the real question is, can the Dyson V11 Animal deal with a potato? No. Sadly, it fails the potato test. Horribly.
If you have kids, pets, or wet messes all the time, this is much faster than a mop and bucket. You can clean up messes, put the vacuum on the charger, and go back to your busy day. We were honestly surprised at how effective it was overall at picking up wet messes.
The Dyson is really effective on hard surfaces, and even on carpet, it picked up basically all the dirt. It was impressive. So it runs for up to an hour, and because it has all these attachments, it's a really good choice just as an overall day-to-day vacuum.
And our data indicates that you have a 94% chance of improving your lives if you subscribe right now.
We're the Vacuum Nerds.
Links in the description.
Thank you, and click this video over his face right now.